we have to talk about other non-259 things, but let me just shout out Trevin Jones, Uros Medic, Amanda Lemos, Sean Brady, Kennedy Nzechukwu. Those 5 fighters started the card with finishes. Very impressive. Timothy Elliott, big win. Kai Kara France, big win. Kyler Phillips, big win. And of course, as we said, Askar Askarov with the big win as well. This weekend, DC, Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad. You were there. You're not calling this one, right?
I'm going back.
You're going back?
Yep,
did you see my guy, Leon Rocky Edwards? Did you get a chance to be in front of the greatness?
I didn't get to see Rocky, but I've watched him on social media. Come to find out, for years, I wasn't even following Leon.
Wow.
I just followed
Leon. It all makes sense now. The disrespect makes sense.
I followed Leon the other day, and he seemed, man, listen, man, the dude has a star quality about him. And he seems like he's fired up, lined up, and ready to go. He has a big opportunity to just once again prove why he's won 8 fights in a row and believes that he is the rightful #1 contender. A big moment for him against Bilal Muhammad, though. Remember the name, Bilal Muhammad. Dude carries a chip on his shoulder and feels this is the type of fight that can get him where he wants to go. Gets really upset that when people talk about champions and future champions, he's never mentioned in the conversation. And he feels that he should. This gives him an opportunity to ensure that when you talk about the top of the division, you never forget about Bilal Muhammad.
I like these kind of fights where a guy takes a fight on short notice, big opportunity for him, first main event against the guy that everyone's been talking about. I can't wait to see what Leon looks like after almost 2 years away and everything he's been through. There was a little bit of a nervous situation last week when they weren't allowed to attend the press conference due to protocols and Bilal's coach testing positive. As of right now, the fight is on, and I pray. I mean, if anyone needs some good fortune, it's Leon Edwards. So I pray that fight happens, and I'm looking forward to it this weekend. A few other things we have to talk about. Shout out to Junior Dos Santos and Alistair Overeem. Unfortunately for them, their UFC careers came to an end. JDS, pound for pound, one of the nicest human beings I've ever come across in my life, but also one of the great champions in UFC history. Unfortunately for Alistair, he never got UFC gold. Unfortunate way to end their careers. I don't think they wanted it to end this way. JDS had 5 fights left on his deal. Overeem had 2. If we remove the contract stuff and just talk performance, obviously you can make a case for JDS after losing 4 in a row. The Overeem one surprises me. I know they both make a lot of money, but the Overeem one surprised me because he had just come off this great winning streak. And it could have been, I think, 5 in a row had you factored in the Jairzinho fight, which he was seconds away from winning. Yes, he lost to Volkov, but that one surprised me. But this is the UFC that Dana White talked about in December. Some of these big names, some of these big contracts are going to get cut. Pandemic or not, I don't know. But I was sad to see both go on the same day.
Happy trails, boys. You guys had long, exciting runs in the UFC. And we as fans and your contemporaries, we enjoyed watching you perform. And I hope that you guys can go off and find whatever it is you are looking to find that's left in the career. You're talking about 2 guys that really have nothing to prove. And if they were to walk away today, they would be considered some of the greatest heavyweights of all time. So, but if it's for the love, do it. I know if I see those guys fight, I'm tuning in. So it sucks, but it is what it is, man. Sometimes you got to get rid of guys that make $1 million, $900,000, $800,000 when they aren't main event level talents anymore, especially when some of your champions are making much less. So big contract guys that, time just ran out. Time runs out, man. Like nobody has forever, and it's sad to see him leave, but I understand the thought process behind it.
I would say it's a reminder to all fans and media and even fighters that when you hear someone signing an 8-fight contract, it doesn't mean guaranteed 8 fights. Yeah. Unfortunately, the way the sport is right now, it's not guaranteed. So make the best of your time. We celebrate these contracts sometimes, but look at JDS, 5 fights left, and all the power is in the hands of the promoter, not just in the UFC. It's the same way in Bellator. It's not, it's just the way the sport is. I'd like to see that change. I'd like to see.
Though. It's not just in mixed martial arts. There are a lot of sports. Some sports are guaranteed. Some sports aren't. It's just the way the world is.
I would always like to see, hey, you sign a contract, you get to play it out, but who am I and what the hell do I know?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.